Do a massive thank you to our presenting sponsor of this stream, that is BetQL, the #1 app when comparing betting odds and a must-get to beat your sportsbook this football season. Folks, BetQL went 3-0 with their 5-star bets in Week 5 of the NFL season. We're talking +8 for the Texans, win. Packers, -2, win. We're talking about Steelers, -1.5, win. What do you got to do? Just use the discount code CHANTLIONS to get 25% off any of their subscription offerings. You can find the information in the description of this stream of a special offer to get a year off of BetQL. Woo, 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 woo! Here we go, folks, with another OPP. We got a good show for you today. Even though our team is stinking, even though we're 0-6, OPP's not 0-6. Before we get into the main part of this video, let's do the shout-outs to the folks that are in the building. We got Randy Daniels. What's going on, Randy Daniels? You got Chrome. Woo! Hey, Lions Nation Unite, folks, you need to subscribe to their channel. And I posted the link in there. Who? Lions Nation Unite, may I ask? That's the app that I am using, created by Herman Moore. Absolutely fun app. They got a YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. It's a shame that they only got 250-some subscribers. They should have a lot more than that. We got Carlin Jones, Corey Batten, Alan Dana, of course. We got Mark Orem from Orem's Forum, Brandon Kenny. We got Madness Elite Show, what is up? And we also got the man, the myth, the legend himself, the guy who does it all. That's Mark Orem. What's going on, Mark?
Hey, MicroMike, what's going on, everybody? Let's talk some Lions football, man. We're going to L.A., sunny L.A., SoFi. Here we come.
SoFi, here we come. You know what I like about going to SoFi?
What's that?
We get to see our former quarterback, Matthew Stafford. Jared Goff. We got a $2.99 super chat from Cy Gray. What's up, Cy Gray? Thank you for that super chat. You are absolutely, absolutely awesome. You are the man. We got to get you back on here to talk some Detroit Lions football. That is for sure. Mighty Onai says, Mike, good goof, bad. Good golf, bad. I'm thinking good goof. What are you thinking about that? So what do you see in this game coming up? Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, 5-1 versus 0-6. Mark Orem.
Yes. What? I see an absolute massacre about to happen at SoFi. I think right now the spread's at 16. I see for LA, 16 points. I think it could be worse than that. I'm surprised it's only that right now, but these are two NFL teams. There's going to be a lot of emotions, I think, riding high with this game. Obviously, Goff coming back home, not really feeling too well after leaving LA, kind of getting shunned by his head coach, Sean McVay. And then you have Matthew Stafford, who spent 12 years as a Detroit Lion. Man's probably not getting much sleep this week. But I think both guys are probably a little bit sleepless, going against each other, going against their former teams. And I think this is going to be I think it could possibly be ugly, though. This could be an ugly game. I know emotions, like I said, will be riding high, but I just don't see how we're going to stop these LA Rams.
You know what's really cool? You see that guy in there, Jay List? That's an old friend of mine. We were friends for many, many years. We're talking over a decade. He's got a YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel. He makes stuff, and then he videotapes it, and it looks really cool, like restoration type of videos or creating something. Absolutely awesome content, man. He gets thousands of views in some of these videos. Ridiculous. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel. I appreciate him getting in here. Nick, what's up, man? What is up, Mighty Onina? I think this is going to be a slaughterhouse. I think that we're walking into a buzzsaw. We got the Detroit Lions offense right now, one of the worst in all of football. We can barely get a first down. Going against the team who all they do is get first down and touchdowns. Former quarterback Matthew Stafford, he stated in an interview that it's just another game. It's no big deal. I think we all could smell the BS flag there. I don't know about you, but obviously that's full of it. Do you think Matthew Stafford, Mark Orem, is going to destroy us? He's going to put in a work on us. He's going to cut us up, carve us out.
Yes, I do. I honestly think he's going to put some heavy work on this team. I don't know whoever. I could see Robert Woods having a gigantic game in this game because Amani Oruwariye is going to be on him, and Oruwariye hasn't been too great in coverage this year. He's got a couple picks, couple gift picks, I would say. And Jerry Jacobs is going to have his hands full with Kooper Kupp as well. This could get ugly. Stafford wants to come out here and throw for 405 touchdowns. So, he's got to be a little bit smart about it, though. I think the emotions, like I said, will be riding high, and I just don't see how we're going to stop him, man. We can't stop the run. We can't stop the pass that well, even though we have played decently against wide receivers overall. But there's always one wide receiver out there that just kills us. It's even though we did play pretty well against the Bengals. But, yeah, Stafford's coming into this game, and you know what he wants to do, Mike. He wants to destroy us. And I'm sure Jared Goff wants to do the same thing, but he doesn't play with any type of he doesn't really have any gonads. I'm trying to be nice here. So I just don't see how we're going to keep up with that offense. It's going to be tough.
Folks, let me know in the comment section, who do you think is going to win this game? Do L for Lions, do R for Rams, do a score prediction. Let me know what you think is going to take place on Sunday at SoFi, where our own Gridiron Blitz is actually on his way there right now. He landed in Denver. He said, I can't wait to get to L.A. to get up in there and see it firsthand. So we're excited for him, folks. I see the Detroit Lions getting smoked in this game. It's going to be rough, folks. I could see a 37 to, 17 type of game, maybe in the 40s. I mean, the Detroit Lions defense is getting a little bit better. That is something we can hang our hat on right now. We have seen some progress upon this defensive line, and I think they'll do their part in the first half. But there's only so much a defense can do when they're on the field 24/7. Like last game, if you looked at the score, you'd assume that this defense was dominated, destroyed, defecated, and desecrated. That was not the case. They did really good in the first half, but with the inconsistencies of Jared Goff and this offense, that resulted in the defense taking a point of exhaustion by the end of the game. And so I think it won't be as bad in the first half like we've seen throughout games there, Mark. It will get better. We'll get better production in the first half than we would in the second half, Mark. What do you think?
Yeah, just like you said, against the Bengals, we held the Cincinnati Bengals, and that's a high-powered offense there. Joe Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Mixon. We held them to 10 points in the first half. We were in that game. And then all of a sudden, boom, you can't just keep throwing out defensive players out there and trying to stop a team that has a high-powered offense like that. And then your offense is not giving you any type of help. So sooner or later, that defense is young. That's a very young defense, and we're missing out on Romeo. We got undrafted free agent guys starting. It's just a mess. Third overall pick from last year gone. You know what I mean? It's an absolute mess. But you can only do so much, like you said, Mike. This offense isn't helping us. They're not helping the defense whatsoever. We have a quarter scared, and it's just we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we're definitely in for some trouble for sure upon this game. But there's something that we can look to. Let's see what the folks says. We got 34-6 Rams, Cy. 38-17 Bryce. Rams, I'm sure. 1-16 to 0-17. Randy Daniels talking about a record. 28-17 Corey. Dolo, what's up, Dolo? Dolo in the building. Been a subscriber here for a long time. We appreciate you. Nick says Goff's mentality is soft. Stafford 40, Lions 10, 41-6 again. Looks like everybody is predicting a Rams win, as you should when you look at this matchup. It is definitely a difference when you look at team. You're looking at Kooper Kupp in this offense, wide receiver, big play. The guy is going to get out there, and we've seen we can get exposed in the back end. What can we do, though, regarding this back end, Mark, to somewhat control Kooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, getting the ball to him because they are so going hardcore at deep routes and exploiting defenses this year. Yes, Mark is having some technical issues. I will wait for when he gets back, but I'm going to tell you what I think.
Breaking up, Mike. Breaking up. We're breaking up, buddy.
Yeah, I see you're breaking up, man.
Breaking up on my end, man.
Once you get it fixed, let me know, man. Let me know. I will have him back here. I'll see when he gets fixed up, once he gets his internet fixed up. But what I see for the Detroit Lions doing, the only way that we can stop a Kooper Kupp in this offense, to slow it down, not necessarily stop, is we're going to have to get pressure on Matthew Stafford. Our defensive line needs to show out. Now, Charles Harris has been a diamond in the rough for the Lions, getting after the quarterback, penetrating that offensive line, putting pressure. Surprisingly, one of the better players for the Lions this year. Can he replicate that success? I think he can. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. I do believe that, Matthew Stafford will carve us up. We know his agility in the pocket. He can be squeaky, get in there and make some plays, and that's going to be an issue. Looks like Mark is back. What can the Lions do, Mark, to slow down Kooper Kupp?
Ooh, slow down Kooper Kupp. That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one. I'm assuming that Jerry Jacobs is going to be on Kooper Kupp. He was on Jamar Chase last week, and I thought he did a pretty good job on a wide receiver that was absolutely killing it for 6 weeks. What you're going to have to do, you're going to have to get in Stafford's face. This defensive front, I think, is going to have to get their hands up on him. They're going to have to hit him. They're going to have to frustrate him, try to get some sacks on him, just beat him up a little bit, man. Get him frustrated. Maybe gets throwing some disguises on defense. You're going to have to try and trick him because this is an offense in LA that is gelling really nicely. They've had maybe one bad game against the Arizona Cardinals, and I just think this is a team, LA, that's destined. They're vibing really good right now, and I think it's gonna take an all-out effort by this defensive front, these linebackers, this young secondary. They're gonna have to really get to Matt Stafford. They're gonna have to try to trick him with some disguises and hit him as often as they can.
One thing that shouldn't be disguised is smashing that like button. Right now, we got 51 in the building with 19 likes. Let's get those likes up to at least 51. It's free to do so, and it helps the channel out. And another thing I want to talk about is Lions Nation Unite app. What is this app? It is an app used to talk to all Detroit Lions fans. You can talk to content creators such as myself. I'm on there. There's other content creators on there. We got stories. Everything that you need to get your Detroit Lions fix is on there. It's fantastic. You can DM myself. You can talk to everybody. Post your pictures on there about your experiences at the Ford Field and any other football place to get your experience heard out. You can do meetups. It is created by Herman Moore. Absolutely fun app. Make sure you go ahead and download and add me on there. Follow me on there, MicroMike, as well. They do have a YouTube channel as well. Lions Nation Unite. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel. On Twitter, a great way to get some attention there. Follow them on Twitter. Lions Nation U. Lions Nation U. That is Herman Moore's app. Absolutely freaking amazing. If you're not on there, that's crazy. Great way. I'm dropping content on there all the time. I do it every day, as long as I'm not sick. Mark, what is something that is sick, though, right now, is seeing the injuries that has taken place for the Detroit Lions. It's been disgusting.
Yes.
We thought Taylor Decker was potentially coming back. Now there's reports going out he may be put on ice for the rest of the season. Talk about luck. If we don't have any luck, bad luck is all we got. Right? So what does this mean to you, potentially putting Taylor Decker on IR, ending the season?
This could be a plethora of things, Mike. This is a little strange what's going on. I think a couple things that we need to really look into right here. I think there's definitely a possibility that they are looking into trading him. they might realize that, okay, maybe we should not move Penei Sewell to right tackle. Maybe they were thinking, okay, we need to develop him as a left tackle. Maybe we need to move on from Decker. Now you got to look at the money situation. It's an insane cap hit for the next 1 or 2 years if they do so. Now, if they could get a 1 1/3, multiple picks, I'd say do it. Because I don't think Brad Holmes right now really cares about this money situation. They have no really emotional ties to Taylor Decker. I know they do financially, they do, and they're going to need to think about that in the long run. But they might need to trade. I think there might be a trade in the works, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, Mike. They might be just tanking. This is a form of tanking. It could be. I've never heard of a guy. I know it's a finger, and you have to be able to grasp as an O-lineman. You got to be able to push with that hand. But this could be a form of tanking. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that word. It's a word that I don't like to use myself, but they know what this team's all about, man. And they could just be put him on ice and just calling it a day. But I honestly think they're trying to trade him for real. I honestly do.
Folks, you see this new era sports, the NES. Yes. You actually know who he is, folks. That used to be Noble Sports Entertainment, TA. Now he's New Era Sports. Great name. If you're not subscribed to his channel, make sure you do so. Why is that? He does prospects. This guy is absolutely one of the best in the game when talking about players coming from the college ranks into the NFL. He told me about some players a couple years ago, and guess what? Those players was DeAndre Swift, who I thought that the Lions would draft, and they did. He talked about many other players. He got 100% right. Between him and Tom Downey at Chat Sports, they're the absolute best when it comes to prospects. Subscribe to the channel. What's going on, Big West Connivin? I got to say it because it's hard for me to say. But talking about Taylor Decker, potentially that could be a trade apparatus, that situation taking place. Because it's weird. A finger, it's not like it's, I don't know, an arm, a wrist, leg. It's a finger. Can't you just put a ball upon that? I've seen it many times. Defenders have hand surgeries, hand injuries. They wrap it up, and they got a freaking club for in hand. Now, I know what I was reading on reports is he was having issues adjusting and being able to do what he wants to do with his club hand. Still doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It really doesn't. What's going on, James Holyfield? Welcome into this mug. Still questions. I don't know if they're trying to tank. And I understand this concept of, well, they're 0-6. I don't think they're trying to. I think they're just that bad. I just think they're that bad.
No, for sure, yes.
I think that it's hard for me to see the Dan Campbell, trying to take. Maybe that'd be more of a Brad Holmes thing, but with the Urban Meyer finger of doom, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Got to do an oh my God right there. It's hard for me to see him be that type of individual, but there's a lot of weird things taking place. And the Taylor Decker situation is one of those, Mark. It really is.
Do you think, Mike, and I'm just spitballing here asking too, do you think there's a possibility that they asked him to move the right tackle and he said no? That could be a possibility too. He was a right tackle 13 years ago at OSU his freshman year, and he hasn't played ever since. They moved him to left tackle as his sophomore year, and that's how the story goes. Now, I know Decker seems like a team guy, obviously, but that could be a question. Maybe he said no, and they're like, all right, we're going to put you on ice. And I don't know if that's going to – because they want to see – Sewell has to develop.
Yes.
He has to develop at left tackle. He is the future. Whether people want to believe that or not, he is the future left tackle of this team. So that's why I kind of think I think they're looking to trade him. I really do. So you think he said no, Mike? Do you think?
I don't know if that conversation was had. Yeah. What's going on, Rams House? Subscribe to Rams House. This is a great week for Rams and Lions fans as we're going back at it. He's a Rams content creator. He's a friend of the show. Subscribe to his channel as well. We'll be doing a live watch party. I'm sure he will as well. It's gonna be fun. That'll be on Sunday. But could they have asked that? I have heard nothing upon this. Absolutely nothing about that. It's possible they could have, but everything we've heard throughout the season and the offseason was Penei Sewell going to the right side. Even just a couple weeks ago, they said Sewell would move to the right side. Taylor Decker will man the left. So it could be some BS. We really don't know at this point until someone in the know comes out. We have the trade deadline, in 2 weeks? So if something did come up, we're going to find out here shortly after. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. I think we're at 31 right now. Smash that like button. That's how you can get the content out there. Going against these sports centers, ESPNs. They don't like Detroit. Yes, our team's not doing well, but they do deserve airtime regardless of win/loss record. We're going to talk about trades here because there was a report that came out just a couple days ago, Mark. The Detroit Lions were looking to trade for a wide receiver. To me, this was a questionable move. Why would we be trading for players when we're 0-6? That is my question here. What do you think about this report? What do you think about the Detroit Lions making a trade for a wide receiver? Give me your thoughts here.
Well, when I heard this, I laughed. I LOL'd. I laughed out loud, man. I was like, why? Yeah, 0-6. And the two guys that were named, I guess, were Andy Isabella, who's done nothing in the NFL, and James Washington, who's kind of flashed a bit for Pittsburgh. But, again, we are 0-6. Why would we want to trade for guys and lose draft capital? I know those guys are still kind of young. They haven't really gotten a shot because Arizona and Pittsburgh are just loaded at wide receiver, but it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at this point to be buyers, because what you want to get some fast wide receivers for who? For the quarterback that doesn't throw the ball downfield? That guy? Oh, okay. That's brilliant, man. That makes me absolutely livid. Jared Goff does not throw the ball downfield. So I don't know why you would want to go get him some speedy wide receivers. It's not going to make his play any better. So I was like, no way, man. Let's just keep that draft capital and let's work on this next year.
I did a poll on my channel, and from last when I seen it, a lot of votes in, I think over 1,000 votes. I said, do you want to trade for a wide receiver? It was actually around 65% did not. The rest, 45, did. And I'm going to tell you why I think it doesn't make a lot of sense. First off, trading away draft capital makes 0 sense to me right now. 0-6, we're not making the playoffs. That is well known. There is a lot of prospects in this up-and-coming draft, the Drake Londons of the world, that you can invest on draft capital to acquire a wide receiver to come to Detroit. If you trade from one right now, guess what, folks? It's going to take him a while to even get acclimated. At that point, does it really matter? 0-8, 0-9. We traded for Trinity Benson, 2 draft picks. How'd that trade work out? Nothing from this guy. Absolutely nothing. So I would conserve draft picks right now, trade assets away, instead accumulate assets. Now, if it's a player for a player, I'm okay with that. A player that we don't utilize for the Lions and getting a player from another team that they don't utilize, maybe an Andy Isabella, that's one of the wide receivers from the Arizona Cardinals we'll talk about. I'm fine with that, but I do not want to trade away draft picks for anyone right now that is a wide receiver. Let me know in the comments section, do you want to trade for a wide receiver? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know. Spam the comment section with Y's and N's. Let's do a quick little poll while we're live here. Trinity Benson rules. Hey, that's funny. 95 in the chat. Let's see some 95 Y's and S's. What do you think is going to happen with this little poll we're doing real quick? Do you think it's going to be a lot of N's, a lot of S's? What do you think, Mark?
I think it's going to be a lot of N's, man. I think most of it's going to be N's. I'll say 70-30. I'll
70-30.
say 70-30, yeah. I'm
I'll
kind of
say
hoping
80-20.
anyways.
We got 3
Okay,
ends,
okay.
1 Y. 4 ends, 1
Okay.
Y. I want Gardner. N, Y, Y. Y, Y, N, N. Okay. 1 is
Wow, we
all
got some
Ys.
Ys, yeah.
So right now I say it's about 70%. Y, no. No. Let's go. Put your comments in there.
Here we go. Yeah, no. I see a lot of no's, but
To the no. Oh, yeah, okay. Where's that? I think I got to the no. Maybe I don't. Okay, so right now, a lot of the people, we got Jay from JK and Dolo N. We got Big Wes N, YouTube GM N, Richie N, Mark Oram, he's throwing that in there as well, N, Tony N, Chrome, just trade Goff, Decker, and Flowers for draft capital and build this team. Hey, if you could trade away, that'd be nice. Blank, no. So that's looking like 90% no. So a little bit more on the no side, Mark. And I'm with that as well. I'm with that as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's the smart route to go. Again, unless it's a player v. player, that's a different type of situation. Now, there was a conversation. I was listening to the Goat House, Mark, and hopefully, you guys, you got to check this out. The Goat House made a video. It was about the Deshaun Watson trade going to Miami. And there was 2 destinations, he said, for Tua Tagovailoa to go to. What do you think the one destination was? The Detroit Lions.
It was,
Would you trade for Tua Tagovailoa? Would you guys in the chat trade for Tua Tagovailoa for a 3rd pick or later? 3rd round draft pick or later?
No, I would not. I didn't like Tua coming out this year, last year. I think the kid has a little bit of talent. I'm not going to say that talent. He was a good quarterback at Alabama. His injury history goes all the way from high school to college, and he's already been banged up a lot as a pro. He's already being outcasted in Miami by his owner, Stephen Ross, whatever his name is. He doesn't want him. So, and there's reports out. This happened last year. Reports out that his own teammates don't think he's the guy. That they say that he's not it. He's just not a leader. There's something about him that they don't trust. Why are they trying to get rid of this guy if he's so good? Like, I know it's Deshaun Watson, okay, but he's got a whole other bag of stuff going on. But Tua, I don't want nothing to do with him, man. His injury history scares me. He's already put this. His dad already put this city on blast last year, saying that we don't want to play in. We don't want to go to Detroit. So I don't know why Lions fans would even want a player like him. His injury, all his injuries, his leadership skills, I guess, are not there. His teammates supposedly don't like. No, I don't want nothing to do with him, Mike. No on Tua.
Okay, so I'm seeing the comment section right now blow up with this Tua thing. Definitely seeing it, and it's very interesting. I want to do a quick poll just like we did. I want to see what the chat is going to do, so I'm going to do it right now. If you want to trade for Tua, put in a certain draft pick. 7th round draft pick, 6th round, 5th round, 4th round, 3rd round. That's if you want to do it. Let me see what you would want to do. If you're on the no side, just put a no. I'm going to do a quick BetQL sponsor ad. While this ad's taking place, blow up the chat, and then I'll kind of talk about what we've seen in the chat, what you guys think. Let's get this thing flowing. Want to take advantage of your sportsbook this season? You'll need to download BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets. As I mentioned at the top of this show, folks, BetQL's best bet algorithm went 13-2 for 5-star bets in week 1 between Thursday through Sunday. What does that mean? That means if you would have bet on those games, you would have made some money, and some good money. You can find the information in the description and comments of this video to take advantage of BetQL right now. Their best bet computer model scans over 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best bet recommendation for every game across every major sport, and it gives you the reasoning behind why you need to make some of those bets. Their model covers everything from spreads, overs to unders, player prop bets, everything you need to get your necessary tools and research needs. What if you want to do your own research? That's fine. It gives you the information right then and there. You can find it to make the decision you want to make. And it gives you team lineups, breaking news, injury updates, plus it saves all your picks for your best bets, and it gives you a track of your success and winning streak. Folks, once again, go ahead and enter in the promo code ChatLions at payment to get your 25% off, and you can find the information to get a full year subscription free of BetQL in the description of this video. Now, this is interesting. I'm looking through all the stats here that everyone put on 10th round. That's hilarious, Patty. Love it. We've seen 5th, 6th, 2nd, 3rd. It's mixed. It's completely. So that's kind of what they're saying there. Completely mixed. That's interesting that it's completely mixed like that. I didn't expect that. 4th or lower, 4th or plus, and a lot of no's. That's quite a bit of difference here in the fan base. And it could tell you how mixed the fan base is. Now we're going to talk about should the Detroit Lions draft a quarterback in this year's draft. And me and Mark will talk about it, and then I want to see what you guys think. Mark, first off, is Jared Goff the guy? Is he going to lead us to the promised land if we put talent around him, or do you think it's hopeless at this point?
Well, from what we've seen in 6 weeks, Mike, I think it's completely hopeless. Obviously, better weapons would make him a little bit better as a quarterback. I'm not saying that, but he just doesn't play with any type of enthusiasm. He doesn't play like it's ride or die, man. He looks like he's going through the motions. He doesn't like to take hits. He locks onto one guy and then he'll throw it away or take a sack. He misses his second and third reads. He's not looking. He is not the guy. Now, I wouldn't mind drafting a quarterback in this year's draft, yes, but I'm really big on Malik Willis. I kind of like Carson Strong, but you're not taking Carson Strong in the first round that high. I don't even know if you're taking Malik Willis that high. This quarterback situation in this draft is, of course, we're probably going to have the number 1 or number 2 pick, and there isn't a surefire number 1 quarterback. So, but I would like to take a quarterback for sure because Jared Goff's just not it. He's not the guy. He's not it.
Yeah, it's going to be really intriguing what happens in this year's draft when it comes to that quarterback position because right now we're slated with the first pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. I think it will stay that way. I think the Lions will be the first pick in the draft. And right now you're starting to see quarterbacks start to rise in mock drafts. If you looked at my last video I did a legacy media and what they proclaimed the Detroit Lions will do with this pick. And at that point, they had the second pick in the draft, not the first. And 2 of them had quarterbacks. A lot of them had offense. Shocking. You would expect defense. Not one had Kayvon Thibodeau. We had more offensive showing, and that kind of surprised me a little bit. When it comes to the quarterback position, I think it's very important that we look at every possible avenue in the draft. I think it's very important. We need to have a guy that's a dynamic playmaker and be smart about it. Remember, we have a guy on our staff who did draft Patrick Mahomes, who did draft Aaron Rodgers. That is important to have, is someone who can evaluate talent, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the first pick. But you got to have a guy that understands the quarterback position and acquiring that talent because I think that Jared Goff is not the guy for the future of the Detroit Lions. He is obviously here right now. We have no choice because of his contract, and we're the suck right now. But I think that we should look to get a quarterback. Now, I'm not saying draft one just to draft one. No. If he's not worthy of a pick,
right,
don't do it. We don't want to make a mistake to where you're drafting a bust because that is the last thing you want to do when you're in this first pick or second pick zone is drafting a bust and then hurting your franchise for many, many years to come. You got to get the right guy for the right situation because there is some guys in this draft. Kayvon Thibodeau, defensive end from Oregon, he's a game changer. Kyle Hamilton, safety, Notre Dame, game changer. I like him. I'm starting to like Kyle Hamilton a little bit more than any defender, even over Kayvon Thibodeau right now. watching him just be a beast in there. I could see him replacing Will Harris, Tracy Walker, Hamilton, would make this defense much better. What do you think about, okay, we don't go quarterback, Kyle Hamilton or Kayvon Thibodeau? What intrigues you about both these prospects that could help this team out for the future of this football and this franchise?
Well, they're both dynamic and they're both playmakers, Mike. Those are two guys that I like a lot. I think Kyle Hamilton is a unicorn at the safety position. You haven't seen a player, I think, with that type of ball skills in a long time. I really like Kyle Hamilton a lot. But then people will say, why draft a safety that high? I'm like, well, because he's a game changer, man. He could come in and him pairing up with Tracy Walker. I believe Tracy Walker is on a contract year, though, but they have to think about that. But him and Tracy Walker would be nice. And then you got Kayvon Thibodeau, who I think is a complete game changer. Has a little bit of injury history to him, but he's a guy that, he's 6'5", 260 pounds, and he comes off that edge with a force. He gets his hands up. He gets his hands on you. He gets in the backfield. He hits quarterbacks. He does all the things you want in a defensive end. Now, he could probably play a little bit of outside linebacker, that jack linebacker probably in Detroit. Or he could just, if he puts on a few pounds, he could be that 3-4 defensive end that everybody loves. He might be a little bit too smaller for that, but I love Kayvon Thibodeau. He's my guy. He's a playmaker. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen. That's what Kayvon Thibodeau is to me. And he could just change a game in the blink of an eye with a strip sack, make an errant throw on a quarterback. He gets in his face. I just love the kid.
Yeah, he is a very good player. He's a disruptor. And to have not a dog, but a werewolf on the football team, you'd finally have the face. We haven't had a face on a defense since Ndamukong Suh, DeAndre Levy. We lost those guys. We've been faceless. We need a facelift right now, and I would love to get a werewolf to just go up there and dominate. I really like what the Arizona Cardinals did. One of my favorite players getting close up there to be my favorite player. Not there yet, but Buda Baker, safety. I love this guy. I love his power, his hitting ability. Just the type of individuals that will rip your face mask off. That's an identity that we don't have right now in defense. And so if we can get a player like that, Kyle Hamilton, I would love that. I would love that. I know people say you don't draft a safety that high. But man, oh man, this guy is a werewolf. And Thibodeau's a werewolf as well. So that's something that we're going to have to be going through this process, looking at every single prospect. When you're picking this high as the first pick, you can't screw it up. And remember in 2009, there was a situation where the fan base wanted Aaron Curry, linebacker, and other people wanted Matthew Stafford. Linebacker ended up being a bust, even though he looked like a surefire. And Matthew Stafford ended up being the better prospect. So it's going to be something going forward that we're definitely have to talk about and get into. Folks, in 7 minutes, we're going to get to your questions. It's called the Mailbag segment. If you're new to the channel, we do all Detroit Lions here, news and rumors, everything Detroit. And if you like that and you like talking sports, fantasy football, NFL, then all you got to do is smash that subscribe button, trying to get to 16,300 subscribers. We're nearly there. So if you're watching, you might as well subscribe. Also, hit that like button. When you hit that like button, it pushes that video out. As a member of a group called the Chat Sports, we want to be able to push that content out there and give people such as that who don't watch the more underground stuff, not legacy media, give a chance to have their voice heard and have their voice expressed. So smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We got 131 in the building. At least get to 75 thumbs up there. Getting into the Detroit Lions running game, Mark. This is something that's really important for the Lions, as our offense is the weak point of this football team. What can the Lions do on Sunday to get this ground game going? Obviously, Frank Ragnow is out. Taylor Decker, he's not going to be playing. What can we do to get this thing going? Because last week, we didn't even get above 30 yards. What can we do?
No. Well, we all see that that the loss of Frank Ragnow is gigantic on this football team. Decker, too. You got Matt Nelson over there at right tackle, who's just a train wreck. He's horrible. Now, yeah, we rushed for like 30, 40 yards as a team, I think. We can't be doing this against the LA Rams. Now, we're going up against probably one of the most feared defensive linemen in the last 10 years in Aaron Donald this week, coming up. Now, we're going to have to try to run away from him, I'm saying. You're going to have to try to establish some type of running game on LA. This isn't the LA of 2020. It's everybody remember that. This defense lost about 4 or 5 guys, 4 or 5 big contributors to different teams. And they're still a good defense, but they're not the number 1 defense in the league. They still have Jalen Ramsey and they still have Aaron Donald. So you're going to have to really, really be careful with these guys. But you're going to have to establish some type of running game, Mike. If they don't get a running game going, then there's just no hope. There's just no hope because they will just feast. They will just feast on Goff, and it will be ugly. So we have to establish some type of running game, and I just don't know how it's possible without Frank Ragnow now. Evan Brown is not Frank Ragnow, so it hurts big time.
Yeah, you can't replace a Frank Ragnow. Frank Ragnow, best center in the NFL.
Salty.
He's up there. He's crushing the game. And I think for the Lions to get this running game open, maybe they have to do a little bit of spread. Maybe they got to do a little bit of trickery there. Now we got a offensive coordinator, Anthony Lynn, that is known for doing that. He can open the game up a little bit. So I think that's what we're going to have to do, open up the playbook to get that run game going. I think if we're just going to go straight north and south, the typical run formation, I think that it's not going to be successful. I 100% agree with you. And let's try the edges a little bit, get DeAndre Swift on the edge. I think that's important. And see what we can do there. Because right now I don't think going down the middle I think
I don't know why. I don't know why they don't try to run him more off the edge. They always try to put him up the middle. Put him in space. That's where he's best. Get him in space. So
get him in space. Let's do a screen pass. Yeah. Something. We got to be able to give him the football because when he is open, he can make some plays. He has got that ability, and that's important to have. Right now, we don't have dynamic on offense. He's the closest one we have to dynamic. That's really it. That's it. And when you don't have that dynamic player, you can't make those big-time plays, so he's the closest one. Let's give it to him, see what we can do. See what this offense can do. Why not? We're 0-6. Frick. You know what I'm saying? At least give it a try. Folks, it is your time to shine right now. If you got a question, let us in the comment section know. How do you do it? If you're new, put hashtag Lions, hashtag something. That's how I can see it. There's a lot of you in here right now. We got 140 in the building. I will miss, I'm sure, a question. Don't get upset about it. This happens. Why? Because I'm old. I'm 36 years old. Not as old as Mark Orem. He's really old. But my eyes don't work perfectly. Hashtag, I will go ahead and we will answer your question. If I miss it, just copy, paste it, put it back in there. We're not ignoring you. I just missed it. First question, Madness Elite Show. Hashtag, you think the Lions be here next year? Would you want him? My kid just blew her tooth out. No more tooth. Happy for her that she lost it right there. It's been wiggly for a while.
Awesome.
Sweet. So you think Lynn would be here next year? Lions offensive coordinator Mark Orem.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, maybe with a new crop of some offensive players, maybe from obviously in the draft, and then maybe some free agents if they decide to pick anybody up. I don't know if they will or anybody will want to come here, but I think he'll be here. Yeah, why not? Let's give him another shot.
Now, Randy says, why not trade for Deshaun Watson? Then we don't have to waste a draft pick on a quarterback with potential who has slim chance truly becoming a decent quarterback in the NFL. Well, first off, Deshaun Watson has a no-trade clause. Randy, he's not going to come here He wants to go to Miami, and that's why we're hearing the rumors of Miami. Now, if he wanted to come to Detroit or Philly, if he wanted to come to Detroit, I would entertain the idea. But right now, it's not happening because of the situation of his no trade clause. And that's unfortunate, but that's the way his contract is. Not a lot we can do about it. Let's see.
Yeah.
We got President Mike. I like that. Where is Tyrell Williams? Zach J. When it comes to Tyrell Williams, he had a concussion from week 1. He is still not good to go from there. So he was an injured player when we signed him. What did we talk about, Mark? When we signed Tyrell Williams, what did we say, Mark? Why
it was
sign
one of the first things we talked about, yeah.
An injured player.
Why sign guys? Yeah, why sign guys that are hurt, man? You're asking for trouble, and boom. The guy didn't even last, what, a quarter?
Not
2
even
quarters?
a quarter. You can't sign players who are injured. How many times have we seen where you get a player who comes to Detroit, they have an injury history, they don't ever produce because they're injured. It just is what it is. You know, they're always injured, and that's what he is. Hashtag Lions, thoughts on Okudah? This is a great situation here to talk about because next year's make or break for Jeffrey Okudah, year 3. I give players 3 years. And if they can't produce after 3 years, we use the B word on here. We're not talking about butthole. We're talking about bust. He has to he has to produce. He has to produce next year. Or he is going to be gone because what I saw from Melifonwu in his 12 snaps, Melifonwu looked better than he did. What do you think about Jeffrey Okudah, Mark? Thoughts on him?
Get healthy and get a track coach, bro, because he's coming off a bad injury where he's going to lose explosion, he's going to lose power, he's going to lose speed. So it really, I want him to get healthy. I want this kid to succeed. The guy was a 3rd overall pick, so we just need him to get healthy, and he needs just to be better. He needs to stay healthy. So that's it. That's all we can really say.
Stay healthy. Be ready next year, because if you're not ready, that could potentially be the last year you're here in Detroit, and he will be labeled the B word. Where are you now on over and under 5 wins this year? Yes, I said between 5 or 6. I thought the lowest was 2, the highest was 6. I'm going to say definitely under 5 at this point. I say the Detroit Lions potentially win 1 game or a 0.
Yeah.
I think the highest is 2, lowest is 0. Mark, what do you got?
I said 4 to 5 wins myself. Now I'm at possibly 1, maybe 2. I'm kind of the same at you. I think maybe we have a shot against Philly and maybe at home on Thanksgiving against Chicago. But time will tell. Let's see what happens.
Folks, who got 150 in the building with 59 likes. Let's get into 75. Hit that like button. Try to get 100 today. That would be nice. Hashtag, why is Goff so bad? Is it his confidence issues? I think there's multiple reasons why Jared Goff's not bad. First off, it doesn't help when you have no one around you. And I am putting blame on Jared Goff. You've seen my channel. I have put blame on him. But he's looking awful. We got nothing here for him right now. The offensive line is beat up. We got no wide receivers. I mean, it's just is what it is. Also, I think that he's holding on to the ball way too long. I think that is a big issue where he's getting hit. I think that's why you're seeing turnovers. And he's overthrowing players. And when you overthrow players, inaccurate, I think that does lead to a lack of confidence. Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, it's the same thing. And this is not like a 1-year thing. This is not just all of a sudden Jared Goff is bad, man. He's been bad for the past 3 years now, going on since 2019, 2020, and he hasn't been good. I don't know if it's a confidence issue because I don't know the man himself personally, but it's just there's something about his game. It's just like his killer instinct is gone. He had it in 2017 and 2018, and then it just disappeared. And then he got under Sean McVay's skin. They wanted to get rid of him. He's gone. So this is not just a 1-year issue. Oh, no, he's got no weapons there in Detroit. This was happening in L.A. where he had some pretty solid weapons. So I don't know what it is, if it's a confident thing or if it's just he's just playing at a different level for some reason. He seems to have gone into a shell, and I don't know what it is.
MicroMike and Mark, do you think this game will be closure for Goff? I think somewhat of a closure. I mean, in all honesty, at some point you're going to have to get over it, but I'm sure he's got a chip on his shoulder, and I'm sure he's upset.
Yeah.
How Sean McVay treated him, I thought was dirty. Absolutely was. Regardless if you like his play style or not, how they went about this, to me, was the wrong way. Go ahead, Mark.
I honestly think, Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was trying to cut you off there, Mike. I was just trying to say, I think this is more of a closure for Stafford.
Yeah.
To be honest, 12 years in a dumpster fire. Now he's like, his team is coming into his stadium in LA. This is closure for him.
100%. I think it's a less of an issue with Matthew Stafford because he requested the trade. You know, he knew what was going on. The Lions kept him informed. They didn't keep Goff informed. It's a whole different story.
True.
What do you think about draft of Thibodeau, then Harris, then Ritter in the second round? If you get Ritter in the second round, that would be pretty good. I think he could potentially be there. But I don't know if I want to take him the first, second round. Maybe trade back a little bit. If they are picking first, they probably would go Thibodeau. I think he is the highest player. I'm just intrigued by Harris. I really like it. And but I would be perfectly fine with that. Go best player available, get the pass rusher. You're not going to hear me complain. Trufant signed somewhere. I forgot where. I remember he did sign. Where do you remember where Desmond Trufant signed with?
The Saints?
The Saints? Can't roll. Put it in the comment section.
No,
folks.
Chicago.
I remember him signed somewhere.
Wasn't it Chicago?
He got released from Chicago, I think, before the season start. Do you take Dallas or Rams in the NFC Championship game? NFC Championship game, I'm going to take Buccaneers. I'm going to take the Buccaneers. Or the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cardinals, really good. Do you think that Blau
let's go for the Cardinals.
Cardinals? Okay, we got Cards. I'll go Cards too. Do you think Blau last year in Detroit, he should be up for contract discussions? I think it could be his last year in Detroit. Look, if he's not the guy, then just get rid of him. I'm trying to get through these questions as fast as possible. Again, if I miss them, just repost it. I like to see Jesse Bates and Bengals in free safety. Okay, let me move up. Let's see here. Lions, would it be for them to win this game after they start at low expectations? Wouldn't that be a Lions move, Mark, if they won this game?
This would be the biggest SOL move ever. It would be a total SOL.
We got strong D. We got strong D.
I'm giving her a D, man. A strong
D.
Do you think Okudah gets moved to safety, Mark?
I think it's a strong possibility, but it's not as easy as said. But I think it's a strong possibility because he's not fast to begin with, and he does like to hit. So you never know. You never know. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Let's just put it this way: it could happen. Yeah.
Thoughts on drafting Cade McNamara with the first overall pick?
Cade, another guy doesn't throw the football. Yeah, okay, no way, man.
There we go, man. We got the heir apparent right there.
Yeah, the heir apparent, man. A guy that don't like to throw the ball either. No way.
Right now, he's got comment of the day. We need to look at the front seven, build the defense through the draft. Round 1, Thibodeau, and defensive back, take a wide receiver, linebacker in round 2, and offensive line. I would not be upset. Look, I like Drake London, wide receiver. This guy is a big body, 6'5". If they took London with our second first-round pick, you're not going to hear me complain, folks. We need a wide receiver. We need a big target wide receiver, too. We got a ton of small guys. And I know a lot of people say, don't take a wide receiver in the first round. We're talking late in the first round. I would take Drake London right there. Could he be there at the second round pick? It's possible. It's possible. Yeah. But I don't mind going that route that you stated. What about you, Mark? Where would you take a wide receiver at?
I know what I'm kind of looking at a wide receiver like you, late first, early second. Obviously, we're going to have early second if we have a top 1 or top 2 pick. So I'm definitely looking at a wide receiver in late first, early second, 100%. And there's a lot of good ones coming out this year, by the way. A lot of good ones.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely some good players out there to come out. But I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to play another ad here, the sponsor of this video. While this is going on, I want you to go in the comment section and spam the comment section. Would you take a wide receiver in the first round? Why for yes and for no? After the ad takes place, we're going to talk about it. Let's do one final shout out to the sponsor of this stream, BetQL, the best freaking way to take advantage and beat your sportsbook this year. And hopefully win you a lot of money. It's all about the money. This app will give you easy to make and its smartest bets you possibly could have. The app is really great. I love it, man. The different models regarding spreads, overs, the unders, player prop bets. It's right there in front of you and give you the best bets of the week. It's easy to use. Everyone knows I'm terrible at tech. Everyone knows I am not the tech guy. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. All you got to do is go ahead and get started in the world of sports betting. Go to Google Play or App Store to download BetQL right now. You have also check out their BetMGM offer in the description in order to receive a free year of BetQL. Once again, go in the description below. The link is chatsports.com. Deposit $10. Bet $10, and you can receive a free year of BetQL within 24 hours of your wager settle. Now, I am looking at the answers here in the comment section. I'm a little bit shocked, and I'm happy shocked. A lot of people say, okay, yeah, take a wide receiver in the first round, late in the first round. 2 Ys, we got no give J.J. McCarthy. We got Y there, take Arch Manning, quarterback. That is Peyton Manning's nephew. We got Y, stack the defense, a ton of Ys. We got a couple no's, but more Ys, Mark. Now, last year you would have said that. There'd have been a lot of no's. What is the difference between last year and this year, you think, from the fan base where they say, okay, we're willing to spend that type of capital on a wide receiver?
Well, they're seeing what's out there right now, Mike. That's what they're looking at. There's honestly, man, we're seeing Khalif Raymond. And I'm not trying to throw shade at Khalif Raymond because we all knew what Khalif Raymond was coming in. He was a number 4 at best and a kick returner. He's a special teamer. And they're asking this kid to literally be a number 1 and a number 2 because, you know, we got some injuries with Cephas and Tyrell Williams. So they're asking the impossible. So and we're looking at a 4th round rookie out there that's struggling. We're looking at Kadero Hodge, who's an undrafted free agent. You know, high-name profile players, they put butts in the seats, you know, and we need – and it's not just to put butts in the seats. We need wins. We need this team to sustain drives. That's why I think a lot of fans now want to see wide receivers. And that's what we kind of said that would happen. They weren't going to do the wide receiver thing early. They were going to go grab some guys that, you know, nobody really was like too happy about. Now this is the time. And I think you're going to see some studs coming out and hopefully get drafted by the Detroit Lions. And maybe
we need pure talent,
make our quarterback better.
New Era says we need talent. We need to get this roster filled with talent. And if that's a wide receiver, take a wide receiver. We need help over the field, folks. We need help at defensive line. We'd like to get another edge rusher, as I think we all know that Trey Flowers, this is his last year in Detroit. Yes, his contract goes past this, but make no mistake about it. He ain't going to be here next year. We're going to have to replace that. We're going to have to get linebacker. We know we need to get better in the middle of the field, and obviously safety. We need to get a guard. I do think that we could get a guard in the draft. We don't have to get one early. We don't have to get Linderbaum. We don't have to go up there and get the best one. But wide receiver is a position of need. It's not a want. We need it. And we got a bunch of number 3s. Again, Khalif Raymond, I like him. I actually think he would be fine for number 3, number 4 for the Detroit Lions going forward. He's not a number 1, though. He's not. You throw the football for a deep route. Do you think a 5'8" guy is going to jump up there and catch that football? Or do you think a 6'5" guy is going to go up there and catch that football? I'll take Khalif Raymond in the middle, slants. I don't want him doing deep routes. And right now, we don't have deep route. We don't have any of that, Mark. And so it's important to get that position. Again, I don't want to trade for one right now. I want to draft it.
No.
And free agency. There's going to be some quality wide receivers out there, and they could definitely pursue that route, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. But I'm not going to be unhappy if the Detroit Lions go ahead and get, again, a wide receiver. Again, if I missed your question, just repost it. I apologize. I'm just going as fast as these eyes can see. Surprise move. Texans trade Brandon Cooks to the Lions at the trade deadline. You heard it here first. Do you think the Lions trade for a Brandon Cooks. That would be a little bit of a shocker, but we are looking to trade for a wide receiver. Do you think it's possible, Mark?
I think it's possible, but I just don't know why they would do this at this time at being 0-6. And, if you wanted to make that move should have been made a long time ago. I don't see Brad Holmes throwing away capital right now for a team that's 0-6, about to be 0-7. Doesn't make no sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know they got chemistry when they were in LA together, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm with you. It doesn't make sense, but we made the move for Trinity Benson. That's looking to be no sense. You don't know. Right now, we do know that we got 154 in the building. We're 31 likes away from 100 likes. Smash that like button. Get it up there. And we got Zach J. doing the... He says, do you think we trade back? And if so, do you think the lack of quarterback talent hurts or helps us in the trading back scenario? I don't think it really matters. There's really good prospects out there. In all honesty, you're going to have teams who want a quarterback. Every single year, folks, a team will get a quarterback. We've seen it. Christian Ponder, Minnesota Vikings. Josh Rosen, Arizona Cardinals. We've seen it with Blaine Gabbert. It has happened. It's going to happen this year. Teams like the New York Giants, the Washington football team, the Houston Texans, these teams need quarterbacks, and if they want to get one, all you got to do is say, hey, we're looking to get a quarterback, blah, 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 post it up a little bit, team jumps in. If they don't want a quarterback, Mark, Thibodeau, a Harris, a Neal, offensive lineman, I don't think it's going to hurt us. What do you think, Mark?
No, I don't think it's going to hurt us too. I think you nailed it right there, Mike. Teams fall in love with quarterbacks. You mentioned the Ponders and the Josh Rosens of the world. Teams get duped. Teams get duped, and they fall in love with certain players. And there's some decent quarterbacks in this draft, but there's just no surefire number one guy. But there's some really good ones, man. That that could be guys that could learn to develop for a year or two before they become starters. So teams need quarterbacks. It's the most important position on the field next to your left tackle. So, yes, we can definitely still trade back and maybe make a couple moves. Brad Holmes is a gunslinger too, so it's not out of the question.
Yayo, what's up, man? I just seen him jump in the building. Appreciate you, Yayo. You've been a subscriber for a long time. Go Lions. He is one of the very first ever subscriber. He says, it's because we have two first picks. Defense first for me. I must have a strong D.
I'm giving her a D, man. A strong D.
Yeah, we all want a strong D over here. Especially Mark. He definitely likes those strong Ds.
Yes.
I heard Martha. I heard Sheila
so
Ford.
So does my wife. So does my wife.
Martha Ford as well. The curse of picking top 10. The first 10 teams should pick the best player available regardless of position, especially since quarterback, the crop that it is. Yeah, always take the best player available, but don't be shocked if quarterbacks go much earlier than you've been hearing so far. I suspect there's going to be 2 quarterbacks in the top 10. I wouldn't be shocked. You're already hearing the names like Tyrell, Pickett, Malik Willis. You're seeing it already, folks.
Carson Strong. Oh, yeah, man.
Carson Strong.
Yep.
You're already seeing it. I say this every single year. Don't worry. It's going to happen. And if the Lions don't go quarterback, there's going to be talent that push that way because a team then will take a quarterback. And guess what? That leaves a player that moves back a little bit more, throws the talent to the Lions' way. Hashtag 313. Draft a quarterback in the 4th round because it's always a sleeper. Quarterback position to build up the defense in the first 3 rounds. So he's saying go defense in the first 3 rounds. So defense 1, defense 2, defense 3, defense 4, defense 5, because we have 5 picks between rounds 1 and rounds 3. I don't think that would be a smart move to go 5 defensive players first. Why? Because they're not all going to play at that point. I don't even know if all of them you only got 11 people on defense. But I do understand the idea of taking a quarterback in the 4th round. Mark, would you draft a quarterback in the 4th round looking for that Dak Prescott, looking for that Russell Wilson, looking for a Tom Brady. Is that route you're going to go, or would you draft one earlier?
Man, you know what? Those three guys, man, that's extremely rare talent that you're getting late like that. Mm-hmm. I'd prefer not to draft a quarterback that late. I think, I would rather go defense or offense at that point, like a wide receiver or some type of old lineman. Quarterbacks, man, if you're not getting one in the first round of quarterback, it's very rare that quarterback's going to turn out to be good. Because like you said, Mike, there's not a lot of Dak. Like, we don't know if there's Dak Prescott's or Tom Brady's or Russell Wilson's out there right now. There could be, but I just don't see it. And if those guys were so good at the time in college, they would have been drafted late, like earlier. So it's like it's a tough sled for me. I would not like to do a quarterback that late. Not me. I don't know.
Folks, you need to try out this app. It's called Lions Nation Unite. It's on my cell phone. I absolutely love it. Mark is on. There's a ton of people on there. Right now, I think it's over 1,200 people signed on there. You see, on my phone right now, you get it? People say what's up to me all the time on this bad boy. Right there, Lions Nation Unite. It is made by Herman Moore. Herman Moore, absolutely awesome. He loves his fan base. He loves his fans. And it's a platform for you to have your voice heard. It's kind of like a Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all put together for just Lions fans. Check it out. Also follow them on Twitter, Lions Nation U, and on YouTube, Lions Nation Unite. The actual YouTube channel is on my recommended channels. That is my featured channel. So if you want to find it, go to my featured, subscribe to there. Would you take Ritter in the second round over a wide receiver, Mark? The Detroit Lions are sitting at 33, because that's what we're slated at right now in the second round. You got Desmond Ritter or Drake London, or a player like Olave, for whatever reason, fell to the second round. What are you going to do with that pick?
Wow, that's a really good question. I like Ritter too. He's a solid quarterback. I think this team needs a wide receiver over a Desmond Ritter. I think it's a tough call, man. You're going to have to ask me that question maybe a little bit later on down the road, but I think right now I'd probably go wide receiver. I just think it's a little more important right now, even though we're kind of we're bagging on Jared Goff right now. We don't think he's the guy. I just think they're in desperate need of a wide receiver, and we need to pick one up immediately soon. Yeah. Next year or in the draft.
And I 100% believe this, folks, that this position, the wide receiver core, is going to get overhauled this offseason. I think we're going to sign one in free agency. My expectations is we're probably going to get one of the best ones, or at least make a contract offer to a Michael Gallup type of player. That would be what I think Brad Holmes is going to do, and I don't think it's over there. I think they're going to go into this draft and draft one significantly high. I'm not saying the first pick, no. But I would look for the second first-round pick, maybe the second round, early third round. Look for those to be the spot where they get a wide receiver. They understand it, and that's why you're hearing rumors right now of them trading for a wide receiver. I think Brad Holmes, he knew he effed up on this one. Totally get it. We got, Mark, is the Canadian border opened up? Is it, Mark?
Well, I can't. Okay, this is the thing, man. Not really opened up, but there's talks about we can go across soon. I think it opens up sometime in November. I want to say November 13th. Don't quote me on that exact date. But there's a rumor going around that if we go across as a Canadian and we come back, we're going to have to spend $160 on a COVID test. So wow. So right now it's not in stone, but I think it's going to be opened. They're just kind of working out the kinks right now. So, but it's not open right now. It's open if you're going to work. If you're going in and out, back and forth to work, because we got Canadians over here that work in the States. So, but no, as of right now, it's not over there for me to go over there to go to Lions games or anything like that. And then when it does open to the public, there's rumors that there's going to be a COVID test, and it's $160, and you won't see me over there if that's the case. I'm not taking a test like that for $160.
What we're going to do, folks, is I'm going to go right up to the Canadian border, and I'm going to have Mark on the other side, and we're going to throw little notes across each other. Like, hey, what's up, man? We'll throw each other, and that's how we'll communicate back and forth through the Canadian and American border there. Here's a great show for you. Mark my words. There you go, man. Right there. Mark my words. I love it. He says, why are we talking a big-name wide receiver? A.J. Brown, Kooper Kupp, Adam Thielen. Kooper Kupp is going to be staying in L.A.
He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going anywhere. A.J. Brown, he's going to be staying. Adam Thielen, that could be a difference. He could be gone. We don't know what's going to happen with Minnesota Vikings. If they don't make the playoffs, I can see them actually
overhauling
a little bit. So we'll have to watch that situation because I know their fan base is in uproar. I talked to Minnesota Vikings fans, and they're angry. They're definitely very angry. So, but they could turn around. We'll see about that one. But Adam Thielen, that would be the most questionable on that list. What are the chances Tom Brady gets his 8th ring this year? You know what? I said before the season start that they do a repeat. But after watching, I think it would be close. Arizona's up there as well, though, Mark.
Yeah, I think I'd say there's probably like I'd say a 25% chance. The Buccaneers, they're not as good as they were last year. You can tell they're struggling a little bit at times, but there's always a chance with Tom Terrific at the helm, though. Always a chance.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to appreciate everybody for showing out today. We're going to close out the show because it's been about an hour and 15 minutes. Mark, tell everybody in the chat about your channel. Tell them the content you create, the time of your shows. Let everybody know who's not subscribed to subscribe to your channel.
Yeah, man. Come check me out, Orem's Forum, Mark Orem's Forum, and I do a lot of Lions content. I do about maybe 3 or 4 videos a week right now. I'll start doing more soon. I do a show every Tuesday around 6:30 called Orem's Den, and it's kind of like MicroMike's. I have a panel of whoever wants to come on. It's usually the guys from ISN, and we have a chat thing going on, and we just talk NFL and we talk Detroit Lions. 6:30 Tuesdays, Orem's Den.
Yeah, and it's a great show, man. I try to get on there every time as humanly possible. I like to sit down with the guys, talk football. That's what it's all about. His is a little different than mine, but that's great. So make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. He's got a lot of good content that people need to watch. You just got to go over there and subscribe, and so that's really important there. Also, again, Lions Nation Unite. You guys need to go to that channel. It's under my recommendations. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. It's Herman Moore. We're going to have him on here. We're going to have Herman Moore on here. He'll talk about Lions Nation Unite. We're going to talk some Jared Goff. We're going to talk some Detroit Lions expectations. We're going to have fun there. So get ready for that. It's going to be a great show. And I'm talking behind the scenes with very interesting characters to potentially to get on this show. It would be a massive shocker. I can't wait to see if that actually does occur. But make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. He says how. You go under my recommendations, Nick. You're going to see Mark Orem's channel there, featured channels, and you'll see Lions Nation Unite. Let them know, hey, MicroMike sent you there, and that will help out. Again, the app is Lions Nation Unite. Download the app, Lions Nation U on Twitter, Lions Nation Unite on YouTube. Check it out. It's a fun platform to talk all things Detroit Lions. With that said, folks, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Thursday on my channel, Detroit Lions versus Los Angeles Rams live watch party. The return of seeing Jared Goff versus Matthew Stafford. Return of the quarterbacks. It's going to be a fun stream regardless if we win and or we lose.